Yes. I love it. It's Miami Vice. And I get to decide if I'm going to be Croc or Tubbs. Which pastel suit I'm going to wear with the silk t-shirt underneath. And no button-down shirt, just the silk t-shirt and the pastel matching coat and pants. And then, of course, am I going to ride in the Ferrari or the cigarette boat? Drew Brees is right. This is New Orleans, not Miami Vice. You're on the neutral ground. Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, you right. A wide open Wednesday edition of the program. We got a good one for you. Yesterday's program was a good one. Eugene Green joined us, Councilman District D. We were talking about the Pontalba apartment, the mayor's belligerent attitude towards this apartment. Everybody knows the score that simply has their head above water. Any normal person, black, white, Republican, Democrat, with just the slightest bit of right or wrong, just a little bit of ethics, morals, integrity, honor, pride, knows the mayor's not supposed to be staying in that apartment as her apartment, my apartment. Everyone knows that. Period. End of story. Let's move on. But it's New Orleans, and there is black and white and Republican and Democrat and hypocrites and folks with agendas and a bunch of nonsense, so we can't just move on. The mayor, with that entitlement mentality coupled with this kind of belligerent attitude, is hell-bent on staying at that apartment, that freebie. Feels it's hers, knows it's not, like everyone else out there. But like some of you out there, you want to justify it or, hey, this mayor did it, that mayor, just make up stuff, whatever makes you feel right about this dishonorable thing, this wrong thing, the thing you don't want to teach your children. No, it's okay what the mayor's doing. You don't want to teach your kids that because it's wrong what the mayor's doing. So we just right off the bat, we know it's wrong. The Office of Inspector General basically puts out a report saying it's wrong. Also comes to the conclusion that it's breaking the law against the Louisiana Constitution. An elected official taking something of value, accepting something of value, or taking something of value. And this apartment at $3,000 a month, first off, that is a ridiculously conservative rent price. I own that place. I want like $6,500 a month. It's on Jackson Square on the quarter. Are you kidding me? That's not here nor there. It has value. She's taking it. It's against the law. So you have the city council. They vote an ordinance in that basically says the mayor can't stay there. It's for official use only, not for personal use. It's not the mayor's apartment. The mayor basically snaked around that. Just found any kind of loophole she could to justify her behavior. So the council tightened up the ordinance. And this time there was no snaking around it. No, interpretation from Pluto. So yesterday, Junket Cantrell vetoed the ordinance. And the council can override that veto. They'll need 2/3 of the New Orleans City Council to override the veto. There's 7 members, 2/3, like 4.6. So round up, you need 5 members. The original ordinance passed, the tightened up ordinance passed 4-2. Freddie King was absent. He did not vote because of a positive coronavirus test. He's the deciding vote. Joe Giarrusso, Leslie Harris, J.P. Morrell, Helena Moreno are all voting to put the Pontalba apartment back on the market, essentially ousting the mayor from her free apartment. Oliver Thomas and yesterday Eugene Green joined us and said he will vote against the measure, will not vote to override the veto, will allow the mayor to stay in the apartment. We had Eugene Green on yesterday live. Oliver Thomas doesn't appear to be changing his vote. We'll see. Maybe he does by tomorrow. I doubt it. We've heard nothing that makes you think he's going to, and I had him on the show a few weeks ago talking about that vote. Freddie King is the deciding vote tomorrow. The councilman from District C who was absent in that 4-2 vote that passed the tightened ordinance that the mayor has vetoed. So the mayor's vetoed it. She must feel fairly confident that Freddie King's going to vote her way. Or is Freddie King going to do the obvious right thing? I mean, this isn't a gray area. The mayor's not supposed to be staying in there full time. Everybody knows it. I think the excuse Eugene Green used, taking it away from any future mayor for 300 years in the future, is a ridiculous overreach, and I think it's going to cost him with voters the next time he runs. An opponent will bring this vote up. So Freddie King has an interesting, I don't think it's a dilemma at all, but apparently, reportedly undecided right now. Freddie King will join us live on the program in less than 10 minutes. And we'll ask him exactly about the vote tomorrow and how he's going to vote. This is a no-brainer to me. I don't know what Oliver Thomas and Eugene Green are thinking on this one. This is simple. This is abuse by the mayor, and for Eugene Green, he's justifying it in a weird way about taking it away from future mayors and allowing the mayor to stay there. Allowing the mayor to stay there for Eugene Green is the lesser evil of putting it on the market and no mayor having access. I mean, the mayor has access to Gallier Hall, other venues. I think it would be really easy for the mayor of the city of New Orleans to get a constituent, to ask someone, can I use for free? Can the city use your house, your yard, your building, your event place? If there was ever some kind of special need, ever, you'd probably have volunteers standing up for it. It's just an unnecessary perk that this mayor, Junket Cantrell, has fully abused, totally taking advantage, ultimately, of us, the citizens of New Orleans. It's not right. We'll see how Freddie King's going to vote tomorrow when he joins us in a few minutes on the program. It is a wide open Wednesday. 100 degrees on the thermometer in New Orleans. Some higher, 101, 102. Feels like anywhere from about 109 to 115, 116, 117 right now. Tomorrow, high 100. Friday, high 100. Saturday, 100. Sunday, 101. Monday, 101. Excessive heat warning today till 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I mean, it gets dark by about 8 now. But no, it can. Sometimes when the sun's setting, we get that breeze cooler than at 9, 10, 11 at night, where there's no breeze, stagnant, just hot and humid. Channel 4 TV poll, open primary. Who would you vote for if you had to vote for governor today? Who would you vote for? I'll fill you in on that. Trump, ally, pal, lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, arrested, released in Georgia election interference case. Ribbon cutting ceremony, that nearly $45 million new Canal St ferry terminal is open. NOPD, the top scoring candidate, is out. It's down to 3 candidates. This Andrus guy accepts the city of Cibolo, Texas chief job. Wow. Michelle Woodfork, Ann Kirkpatrick, David Franklin of Albuquerque, they're all still in the running. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday. Yeah, you right. Freddie King is going to join us next. New Orleans City Councilman, District C. He's the deciding vote tomorrow on if the mayor stays or goes at that Pontalba apartment in the quarter. Freddie King, the deciding vote. We'll find out how he's voting in about 5 minutes on the program. Thanks for checking us out. You found us 4 p.m. weekdays, 93.9 FM, 107.9 FM, 600 AM, Cox Channel 4, Spectrum Channel 333, KaareTalks.com.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" And he said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
That's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Yeah, you right. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you all the way till 6 o'clock. 100 degrees, feels like 109 to 115. I've been saying this for weeks now. If you know folks that do not have air conditioning, especially if they're elderly, vulnerable, have health issues, get over there each morning, 9, 10 a.m. and pick them up. Air-conditioned car, fast food restaurant, regular restaurant, Rouse's Market, local library, any kind of, community center, something air-conditioned. Get them in the air conditioning. No, this is insane heat. 100 degrees right now. Feels like 109 to 118. Freddie King, Councilman, District C, City of New Orleans, joins us again on the program. Freddie, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Corey. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. Doing really well. Hey, this one seems like a no-brainer to me. I know how I'd be voting. Tomorrow is a key vote with the council to override the mayor's veto that essentially would put that Pontalba apartment into commerce where it would be rented out, essentially ousting the mayor from the apartment she claims is hers. You're the deciding vote. Last time it was a 4-2 vote passing the enhanced ordinance. You were absent because of a positive coronavirus test. How do you plan on voting tomorrow, Freddie? It doesn't even seem like there needs to be a lot of thought on this one that you already know, and it's a no-brainer. Am I right?
Corey, you know what? I have heard both sides of the argument. I'm still thinking about it. We're going to have a little staff powwow tonight, and I'll vote tomorrow, and won't be much fanfare. Vote and keep moving. But to answer your question, do I know exactly how I'll vote? No, I don't.
Wow. There's another side to the argument? I didn't know there was one.
Well, I've heard, I do everything I can to hear from everyone on any issue, and there are counter arguments to both sides, yeah.
What would the counter argument be? I mean, from my perspective, and correct me if I'm wrong if you think differently, right off the bat, the mayor just taking possession of that apartment, any normal person, knows that's morally, ethically wrong, that she lacks integrity and honor to go in and just claim this apartment, this entitlement mentality. So forget about that. The OIG said it's breaking Louisiana law, that she shouldn't have it. It seems just right off the bat, it's morally and ethically wrong. And I don't even know how it's gotten to the point of where the council needed to be involved to oust her. And I don't know, I guess I'm confused a little bit why you don't have a definitive stance on this, because you seem to be a man of integrity.
Well, I appreciate that, Corey. I'm a man of integrity. I just want to make sure before I vote, I hear everyone and discuss it with my staff and make sure that we're all on one accord. And but that's really it, Corey. I think this has been blowing up more than what it's been given more attention than it should have gotten, than it deserves.
I agree.
We have more important issues in the city, but this is going to vote tomorrow, and I'll vote on it and keep it moving and discuss and decide on more important issues.
No, I know folks in like Austin and Nashville, the few things that they compete with us on, they're laughing. They're going, we're trying to get this, XYZ company, and they're worried about their mayor in some apartment. So, no, you're right. It is a colossal waste of time. I just think it's so cut and dried that she should not be staying there. What's the argument, Freddie? Like, what have you heard that's the other side of the argument, why she should be able to stay there?
Well, some things that I have heard is that this sets a precedent to pretty much attack a mayor when for what may be personal reasons. I'm not saying that I agree with that, but I've heard say this mayor has been attacked by the council, and this is furthering, illustrating that this is a personal issue between whether it be the entire council or certain members of the council. That other mayors in the past may or may not have slightly abused or did things with this apartment that may have been frowned upon, and that wasn't discussed, or they didn't get a slap on the wrist. So I guess, it's kind of like, why is the mayor being treated differently? That's what I've been told. That's what I've been asking, being told as a counter argument.
Did you say abused for a second? That the mayor abused? Is that what you said about the apartment?
Well, some people say that she may have abused her power, and I was told that, well, hey, other mayors in the past did it. It just wasn't caught on video. So why are we treating her differently?
Yeah, and there's no mayor in the past that acknowledges that. The opposite. Mark Morial, Mitch Landrieu, Sidney Bartholomew, all of them said never, ever spent the night there. I think Mitch Landrieu said may have spent the night one night or something, doesn't really remember. But no one's taken possession of the apartment. I think if the mayor slept there every now and then, working late, was in the quarter, dignitary type thing, no one would care. It was people that live in the Pontalba saying, man, the mayor's moved in here, and called Lee Zurich, and the OIG gets involved. No one followed the mayor, Freddie. It's ironic. It's her cameras. It's that mayor-appointed French Market Corporation board, their cameras, that busted the mayor staying at that apartment. So I don't know how it's.
I get it, Corey. And no matter how the vote goes, no matter how it happens, I just think it's a black eye that we once again have to overcome as a city. Like you said earlier, Austin, Houston, Atlanta, they're not arguing about this. This isn't making the headlines, the top headlines that monopolize the radio talk shows. It's another black eye that the city has to overcome to show people that we're better than this. We're a better city.
Yep.
And it just keeps adding to more and more things that we have to discuss.
Hey, how did you vote on the original ordinance, the one that she circumvented?
That's the one I was out for.
You were out for the one that tightened the ordinance.
Gotcha. No, I voted in favor with the majority of the council.
That's what I thought. I thought you voted for the ordinance. I thought it was like 5-2 or something. It was 5-2. It was 5-2. Actually, I was one of the council members that discussed with some of my colleagues, like, hey, maybe not fully take it away, but let's try to take some of the powers, ran it in a little bit. We tried that, and we're here tomorrow. So what's changed if you voted for the ordinance? Why is the ordinance with the tighter restrictions something that you're concerned with? What happened was you voted for the original ordinance. The mayor circumvented the essence of that ordinance, sort of spitting in the council's face. And you guys had to tighten it up. Like, when you're dealing with children, we all know what it's about. You're making us go back and waste time and vote again. And then you were absent because of coronavirus. Would you have voted? How would you have voted if you weren't sick?
I don't know. I was actually yesterday I was actually yesterday on another interview, and I can't tell you how I voted if I was sick, if I wasn't sick enough, and if I was present. But we'll see tomorrow, Corey. I'm not trying to dance around a question, but I'll vote tomorrow, and that'll be that. No,
I hear you. I will say this. This is just my opinion. I would say this to you or anyone. I think if you run for office again, your opponent will bring this up, that Freddie King allowed the mayor to stay at the Pontalba. What other, freebies does Freddie King want to give politicians? That, I think, would be a fair attack that a future political opponent could use if you don't vote with the majority tomorrow. But I respect you, Freddie. I hope you do in my opinion, what I would say is the right thing. And I think the majority of your district, I think if you talk to people in your district, the clear majority want the mayor out of that Pontalba apartment. I think if you ask the question in a fair, objective way, not angling it like, you want her to stay or you want her to go, just have a fair question asked, I think you'd find the majority of your constituents don't want the mayor taking the free apartment. Anyway, your thoughts, your final word from you.
Well, look, Corey, I appreciate the advice. You give a lot of other commentary. Definitely take it into consideration.
Both.
And I respect your comments and your thoughts, and we'll do this vote tomorrow and get on some other more important things.
Agreed. And we'll visit again soon. I appreciate it, Freddie, especially on the, day before the vote. A lot of folks may have just bailed on coming on.
I was going to talk about the parklets as well, maybe next time.
Yeah, no, let's do that for sure. Freddie, thank you. Some positive stuff.
Right. No
Councilman
problem,
Freddie King, the deciding vote tomorrow on that Pontalba veto override. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer. For over 20 years, serving healthy, fresh, authentic Middle Eastern cuisine, Lebanon's Cafe. In the Carrollton section of Uptown on the streetcar line, Wednesday through Monday, 11 a.m. to 9:30. Lebanon's Cafe.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Yeah, you, right, Crescent City and beyond. I don't know about you. I mean, sort of like the police chief race. I'd be shocked if Michelle Woodfork isn't the police chief. It seems like the fix is already in. I don't know if I'd be shocked if Freddie King votes to override the veto, but it seems like Freddie King, if I had to guess, is going to not vote to override the veto. That's the vibe I get right now. But also, I think that's maybe how Freddie King is leaning. I don't think he's decided yet. I think he should be decided. I think I made that point very clear to him. He accepted that. It was kind of funny. Okay, I appreciate your commentary and opinion, advice, But I don't know. I hope Freddie King, to me, does the right thing and votes to override the veto, and we just move on from this nonsense. Because Freddie's right, I'm right, we're all right that think it's nonsense. It's a shame that there's this much attention and focus on. I guess it's like a talk radio show host dream topic, but I'd prefer it's not there, actually. And would rather have Michael Hecht on, talking about bringing in some, Fortune 500 company or something like that. And that's probably the boring thing. That's like, feeding the homeless at Oz and Amen. People would rather see the accident with the guy decapitated and blood all over the place. So I should, I guess if I was just all about myself, I would be embracing this. Talk radio heaven. But it is ridiculous that we talk about it this much. Let's head to the phone lines, the Rouse's Markets phone lines. It is a Wide Open Wednesday. You're the show producer on Wide Open Wednesday. Whatever you'd like to discuss. Did you hear Freddie King a few minutes ago? What did you think? How would you vote tomorrow if you were Freddie King, the deciding vote? How do you think Freddie King's going to vote tomorrow? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. We head to New Orleans. Rob joins us on the program. Roberto, what's up?
Well, first of all, you're not ridiculous at all for accentuating this issue. It's a huge issue. And I do want to start out by giving Freddie King some credit for even coming on your show, because you had announced that you were going to ask him this question. I think it's clear that he's going to side with the mayor tomorrow. And just having listened to him, it was bizarre. I mean, it was like Alice in Wonderland. He said, if I'm not mistaken, go back and look at the transcript. Did he not say, this is giving the city a black eye? This is going to make the city look bad. We need to do something. And I'm thinking, you're the only person who can do something about it.
Well, it goes away, one way or the other. If the ordinance, if the veto there isn't an override, the mayor's staying, and I guess it'll still be discussed every now and then, but it'll be like the junkets. It'll be like overgrown neutral grounds. That's what she's counting on. Trash and litter. Just, we accept this. We have this low level of accepting crap, and the citizens will accept my crap. That's what she's saying. My junkets, right. My, ineffectiveness, and my staying at the Pontalba.
Well, just to make two comments on democracy in this country. First of all, everyone I've talked to, white, black, rich, poor, uptown, downtown, completely does not want the Pontalba to be the mayor's personal apartment. And to your point that you've been making, and I've got to give you so much credit for this, you get these elected officials, Eugene Green the other day and Freddie King now, holding their feet to the fire. How are you going to vote? Now, Eugene Green told you yesterday he's going to vote with the mayor. Freddie King did not. But you are doing everyone a great service because, so many of us feel like we don't matter, but we do matter. Now, maybe they're going to get their way this time, but the point you've been making, I will remember if Freddie King goes with the mayor. I will definitely follow Eugene Green and Oliver Thomas, whoever they run against next time. I will spend my own money to make a big sign saying they gave the mayor the free apartment. Is that how democracy works? So anyway, keep up the great work, Corey.
Rob, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the comments. Rob in New Orleans joining us. You can too. 766-9480. You agree with Rob? Disagree with Rob? 766-9480. Freddie King brought up the only justification on keeping the Pontalba. It wasn't about the Pontalba, and is it right or wrong, but that the mayor gets personally attacked even sometimes by the council. I mean, it's politics. They get ugly. I would say, does the mayor full-blown get treated fairly? I would say yes, with an asterisk by it. She brings it upon herself. The belligerent attitude, the I don't give a crap attitude, the junkets, the belligerent nature, how she, the float passing by, flipping off the bird, just that kind of attitude, that not mayor-like material type. It makes criticism warranted, necessary. So is she treated fairly? If the mayor was, it's like Donald Trump. He wins the last election if he wasn't on social media and Twitter. The mayor, if she wasn't loud and obnoxious, I would say she isn't being treated fairly. But she is loud and obnoxious and belligerent and sort of has this screw you attitude. The hell with you. I'm going to do what LaToya wants to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that makes me think she is more than treated fairly. The Wednesday press conferences, her people stop the media from asking certain questions. It's like, this is a little stretch, but it's like North Korea. Like LaToya Cantrell sends out not someone to work with the media, someone to control the media. Like, you're not asking that question. We're not accepting that question. Press conference over, that type of thing. We've seen that. It's ridiculous. You have nothing to hide. I mean, I'm running for public office. I win that office. Any media member, any questions, I can handle it. I can handle it. Not going to be right every time. Might make a mistake. I'll take responsibility for it. I'm an adult, but I can handle it. I don't need someone controlling the narrative. Nothing worse than that. There's nothing worse. And those media members don't want to be, muzzled. But this hack staffer with the mayor, the dude with the beard and the glasses, chunky guy trying to, no, we're not asking that today. It's absurd. If he'd watched the video of himself and he had any pride or honor, he'd be embarrassed. Trying to control the media? to restrict what questions they can. We're not fielding questions on that today. And that's like every time the mayor speaks. We're here to discuss this, not that. It's ridiculous. And then the media outlets where the mayor will go, it's a softball pitch. It's a joke. If I had the mayor on this program, and I've requested it too many times to count and just threw in the towel, it's like the police chief. It's embarrassing. I'll say it. Michelle Woodfork, 8 months ago, I requested it at Chateau Coffee Shop, where you get coffee, where your parents get coffee, where my mom gets coffee. I requested it. I've been texting you on your cell. You've passed me on to this. Is it Reese Harper? He just keeps blowing me off over and over again and then giving you to these joke media outlets. Michelle Woodfork, do you think I would not treat you fairly and respect you? It's ridiculous. The mayor, I don't agree with 99% of what the mayor does politically. But if she came on the program, just like Freddie King or Eugene Green yesterday, I might disagree with them, but I'm not going to rip their head off or be belligerent. But I'm not going to back down and not ask the right questions. So I don't know, maybe folks like Woodfork or the mayor I want to avoid that Corey Johnson guy because he's going to ask the right questions. He's not going to toss these softball pitches out, my favorite color, and then follow up with, really, orange over red? Why? Orange is so nice. Let's discuss colors for 10 minutes. Unbelievable. Tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting. And Rob in New Orleans is right. I remember when I had Ronnie Harris on the program over a decade ago, over 10 years ago, about the Crescent City connection and the toll being removed. Now, got to keep that toll. Why, Ronnie? What do you get out of it? He was like, $140,000 a year to cut the grass on the neutral ground. I'm like, I laughed. I said, dude, are you running again for president or whatever, Gretna mayor? I don't know yet. Well, don't, because you're not going to win. Millions of dollars get pulled out of Gretna residents using that bridge every day, and you're keeping the toll on for $140,000 of it, of the millions, and then the bridge will go into disrepair and all this nonsense. I was like, Ronnie Harris, don't run again because you can't win. No, Freddie King, how he votes tomorrow. Eugene Green, they're going to remember this. Oliver Thomas running for mayor. It's going to be thrown at him by opponents. You let the mayor stay at the Pontalba. Tomorrow's vote, it's going to be historic. Hey, Young's Dry Cleaning, speaking of historic, since 1940. That's crazy. Before World War II. 83 years of excellence. A New Orleans institution. Want to experience the best dry cleaner? YoungsDryCleaning.com. YoungsDryCleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center. It's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets has daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and their entire lunch menu is available too. Open 11 a.m. through 2:30 p.m. For the finest in Sicilian and Italian cuisine, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
I was just telling Jason, we all make mistakes. I made one with that Freddie King interview. The key question that I should have asked that I didn't, just to see his reply, would have been, Freddie, a lot of people think the mayor has you in her pocket, that she would not have done the veto unless she knew she had your vote. And that is what a lot of people think. A lot of people think Freddie King tomorrow going to vote with Oliver Thomas, going to vote with Eugene Green, and by less than half a vote. You need 2/3 of the council, 4.6. So you need 5. But it's going to be probably a 4-3 vote, and the mayor's going to stay put. That would be my guess. I hope Freddie King does the right thing. I hope Oliver Thomas does the right thing. Eugene Green joined us on the program yesterday. He said he's going to vote against the veto override. There's nothing that makes you think Oliver Thomas is going to change his mind. It really leaves it up to Freddie King. And just hearing him during that interview, if you ask me, I would think he's going to allow the mayor to stay put. He's not going to vote to override the veto. I hope he changes his mind. I think that's how he's leaning. I think that's what he's thinking. But I also think it's not 110%. I think he could be swayed. Hopefully the interview, I don't mean to be like egotistical. Hopefully someone calls him with influence and he does the right thing. I tried to make it perfectly clear. Just the mayor moving in day one is morally and ethically wrong. You wouldn't want to raise your children that way, like, go take this thing that is not yours and just have an entitlement mentality and try to be deviant and snake around it and, do this for 2 years and not pay rent, something dishonorable. Everyone knows that. There's no gray area here. If there is, you weren't raised right. Sorry. There's no gray area. There's right and wrong, and this is dishonorable. And there's no other way to interpret it. Half the people that like the mayor staying put, they like it because it's against what everyone that has a conscience thinks. They're just contrary. They're deviant by nature. I mean, I heard a radio show host in this town dogging not only Rafael Goyeneche of the Metropolitan Crime Commission, dogging Ed Michel, Office of Inspector General, claiming they have political agendas and taking up for the politicians in New Orleans, in Louisiana. I'm like, former DJ hack talk show host just selling out, no integrity. The reason? He is a deviant. He's got like a criminal past, deviant behavior in this business, in radio. I mean, I worked with this guy 25 years ago. His nickname was like Dr. Payola, the Payola Kid. He would take money from local musicians and play their music on the radio. He would take checks and sign them over to himself that were written to the radio station. So no, this guy is sort of a criminal deviant type. So it is a natural for someone who thinks that way to take up for the deviant and attack the watchdogs, Goyeneche, Ed Michel of the Office of Inspector General. I'm listening to this laughing. But that's how people are. You notice when people accuse you of something, that's because that's how they think. Not you, that's how they think. They're deviant. They might steal. They might do the wrong thing. So they're going to put that on you. It's like, sorry, I'm honorable. I never thought about stealing what wasn't mine. It's just sad. This is so cut and dry. It shouldn't get to this vote. The mayor did something dishonorable. She took advantage of the system and moved into this apartment. The council passes an ordinance to stop it. She snakes around it. They have to have this enhanced ordinance. She vetoes it. It's a joke. Tomorrow, the deciding vote. Hopefully, Freddie King does the right thing. I think Eugene Green is justifying his vote. And I think it's going to come back to bite him on the rear end when he runs for office again. Oliver Thomas, when he runs for mayor, this will be brought up by opponents. They'll talk about the original criminal charge 20 years ago with Pampy Barre and the parking at the French Quarter. You did your time, and now you're back in, and you allow the mayor this free perk. So what? You get it if you're mayor? I mean, all this stuff bites you on the rear end. Like Ronnie Harris, I need the toll on the Crescent City connection for $140,000 in neutral ground grass cutting. Well, Ronnie, don't run again for mayor because you won't win, Gretna people don't want to pay that damn toll. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. Yeah, you're right. Tomorrow's going to be historic. Historic highs right now. It's a total scorcher out there. Anywhere you look, JoeBlow.com, the worstweatherguy.com, everywhere you look. 100 degrees, 101 in New Orleans right now, Orleans Parish. 100, 101, feels like anywhere from 109 to 118, 120. Tomorrow's high, 100. Friday's high, 100. Saturday's high, 101. Sunday, 101. Monday, 101. Today and the rest of the week, excessive heat warning. Today's excessive heat warning is until 9 p.m. tonight. No, it is oppressive heat. Stay hydrated, lots of water. Stay inside, air conditioning. Check on people that are vulnerable, health issues, elderly that don't have air conditioning. And yeah, listen to this guy very closely. Right here. What's that, buddy? Hey, don't leave us outside either. If you think it's hot outside, it's hot for us. You don't want to be barefoot on that pavement? My paws don't want to be on that hot pavement. Use your head, humans, when it comes to us pets. Good boy, Blue Boy. 5 o'clock power hour next.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 5 p.m.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry, superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Susan Spicer joining us on the program.
Even when they presented me the award, the people that I look up to the most, Frank was there and Donald Link was there. It does cause you to reflect back and think about your whole career.
Maybe the Ella Brennan Award says that to you, like I've arrived.
It certainly is kind of the ultimate honor when it comes to cooking and hospitality in New Orleans and the world.
New Orleans style talk gumbo, served daily.
Doesn't get much better than that, huh?
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a faithful.
I don't know about you. I mean, the professor, he's a professor. He's educated. The millionaire and his wife, they're millionaires. They're financially successful. The movie star's a movie story. She's ditzy. She didn't know any better. You got to be out of your mind to get on that boat. What was Marianne thinking? Skipper and Gilligan, I'm trusting them to captain the ship? Kind of deserve what you got. Right? Wow. It is not a deserted island. It is New Orleans. Well, we are kind of a deserted island. Maybe we are. We are an island. And we are kind of living in yesteryear and missing some advanced technology. We do serve some drinks in half coconut shells in some bar rooms. Wow. Maybe it is Gilligan's Island after all. The city of New Orleans, a.k.a. Gilligan's Island. Hey, I'm the skipper with you all the way till 5 o'clock. It is the 5 o'clock power hour on a wide open Wednesday where you're the show producer. That means you can dial us up, something that isn't being discussed enough or not at all. We welcome your comments. 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Tomorrow, of course, the big vote, the veto override. Pretty obnoxious. The mayor does the wrong thing, moves into the Pontalba apartment. Regular folks that live there notice this. They alert Fox 8, the Office of Inspector General. Lee Zurich's smart. He's got a Peabody Award. He's, great at what he does. The mayor's French Market Corporation, she appoints every board member. It's a joke. It's like the LSU Board of Supervisors. It's a bunch of political hacks. They have no autonomy. They're yes votes for the mayor. She appoints the full board. It's their cameras, the mayor's cameras, essentially, that Lee Zurich accessed, public cameras that proved the mayor was living in the Pontalba. And then she got mad that she was found out. Lee Zurich, you following me? All this nonsense, trying to get any kind of sympathy, empathy from the public. No, she was mad that she's ousted, found out that, this gimmick was exposed. So the mayor essentially admits it, denying it at first and then admits it. My apartment, my Pontalba apartment, the mayor's apartment. And we know the mayor with these junkets that have produced not a single job, not a single dollar. The council continues to allow it. The city of New Orleans continues to allow it. The mayor takes advantage of it because she can and does, has a belligerent attitude about it, and she has that same attitude about the Pontalba. Essentially, hey, screw you people in New Orleans. Black, white, Republican, Democrat. The hell with you. I'm taking this thing, and that's all there is to it. I only got a couple of years left. I got to take advantage of everything I can, including these trips all around the world. How else am I going to do that? Wouldn't you like to travel like this? And I'm going to stay at the Pontalba apartment right on Jackson Square for free because I can do it, I think. So it is morally and ethically wrong. It's not the honorable thing. Anyone that has any kind of concept of right and wrong, you know, all of us know what's right and know what's wrong. You can pretend, you can try to justify it, you can make up stuff, do whatever you want. So the mayor moving in was ethically wrong, morally wrong, no honor, no integrity, no pride. So then the law has to get involved. Office of Inspector General says it's wrong and it should be rented out. The city's losing money. It's not one of the perks. The Louisiana Constitution forbids it. She is breaking the law. That's the interpretation. So the council passes an ordinance that says the mayor can't stay there. And the mayor snakes around the ordinance. So the council has to go back in and vote again to tighten up the ordinance that they couldn't imagine a human being would snake around and abuse. The mayor, apparently not able to snake around this one, vetoes the ordinance. And apparently the mayor feels she must have Freddie King in her pocket because why else would she veto it? Hoping that she wins that override. She knows she has Eugene Green. She knows she has Oliver Thomas. She must know she has Freddie King. Hopefully Freddie King bucks the system and does for the citizens tomorrow, not for the mayor, and does the right thing, the honorable thing, the thing that people voted him in office for, things that you're hoping you have an honorable guy with high integrity that's civic-minded, in it for himself. And if you are in it for yourself, Freddie, next election, it ain't going to be too good when your opponent says you enabled the very unpopular mayor and let her stay for free at a city-owned apartment. What other perks are you going to take advantage of? That's going to be the mentality at election time. For Eugene Green's opponents attacking Eugene Green, for Oliver Thomas's opponents, that's how they're going to attack Oliver Thomas. And if Freddie King votes the wrong way tomorrow, that's how he'll be attacked when he runs again. This is big because it's so obvious, the right and wrong. There's no gray area. There's no question marks. The mayor is abusing this privilege. Everyone knows it, including Eugene Green, Oliver Thomas, and Freddie King. They clearly know it. There's no gray area. They're just choosing. We'll see what Freddie King does. We know what Eugene Green and Oliver Thomas, they're choosing to do the wrong thing. And that's not good. This is easy. This one's easy. The mayor's abusing her power. It all trickles down. We have a city with a violent crime problem, with petty crime problems, with little enforcement. When at the top, the mayor is the criminal, what kind of message does that send? No, shame on Oliver Thomas, shame on Eugene Green, and possibly shame on Freddie King. Tomorrow's vote is very important, and it's historic. It won't be forgotten. It's significant. It's about the city of New Orleans and politics and political abuse, criminal behavior, arguably, breaking the Louisiana Constitution. This one's easy. This one's easy. We'll see what Freddie King does tomorrow. It's all on Freddie King. The 4 o'clock hour had Freddie King on live. I thought that was honorable of him to come on. He knew what questions I was going to ask. He knows me. He knows my rep. But I thought kind of waffling a little bit, really the fact that he doesn't know how he's going to vote, he says, and the personal attacks on the mayor was the only kind of counter to everything else. No, it's a little worrisome. We'll find out tomorrow, and we will be discussing it tomorrow. Wide open Wednesday, Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 100 degrees right now in New Orleans. We hit 100. We hit 100. Feels like 109 to 118, 120. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, 100's the high. Saturday, actually 101. Sunday, 101. Monday, 101. Today's excessive heat warning lasts until 9 p.m. tonight. Be smart. Stay hydrated. Stay out of this heat. A Channel 4 TV poll, open primary. Who would you most likely vote for today for governor? Open primary. I'll fill you in on those numbers in a moment. Trump's pal, ally, lawyer, Rudy Giuliani arrested, released in Georgia, election interference case. Trump reportedly to be in Georgia tomorrow. Ribbon cutting ceremony on Canal Street. Nearly $45 million, all new Canal Street ferry terminal is open. Boy, it is hot out there. It's oppressive heat, but you can still knock out that paint project or have your crew knock out that paint project when you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, inside, outside, Helm Paint and Decorating. Benjamin Moore quality paints, plus all the other things you need to get the job done right. They've been at it for over 50 years, taking care of you, New Orleans. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, you go to Helm. Do it once, do it right. They'll steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating. 7 locations, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, plus free 2-hour delivery. Pick your colors, your stuff online. Give a Helm Paint and Decorating location a call. They'll bring it right to you for free. Helm Paint and Decorating.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, hey, what can I do to give you a hand? And he said, well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place. So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's Total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River Cities, total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Served in New Orleans' finest restaurants, Leidenheimer French bread.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Wednesday. Hey, you on the Causeway right now? Why don't you fire in a to-go order at Trey Yen? Mom, Dad, the kids, everybody's happy when you walk in with that big box of to-go food, gourmet Chinese cuisine, I should say, from Trey Yen in Mandeville. The phone number at Trey Yen, you know the area code on the North Shore, 985-626-4476. 626-4476. Don't forget the Tong Cho sauce. So good. Trey Yen in Mandeville. Wide open Wednesday, 100 degrees, 101 in New Orleans right now. 5:20 in the afternoon on a Wednesday in August, 101, 100 in New Orleans. Feels like anywhere from like 109 to almost 120. Tomorrow, Friday, 100-degree high. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 101 the high in New Orleans. Excessive heat warning till 9 p.m. tonight. Crazy, crazy heat. A Channel 4 TV poll, open primary. Who would you most likely vote for today for governor? Jeff Landry, 36%. Sean Wilson, 20%. Hunter Lundy, the independent, 7%. That's sort of our only hope. Normal Louisiana folks, Republicans included, that know Jeff Landry is a scammer, is your typical Louisiana politician, incapable of moving the state forward. It's never about problems and how he's going to solve them. It's the other people of the enemy, the Democrats, the liberals, they're the enemy. It's the LaToya Cantrell playbook, the conservatives, the Republicans are the enemy. Never about solving problems. Hopefully Hunter Lundy, he sort of has a Buddy Roemer-esque kind of attitude. And I don't mean like the country accent or drawl. I mean like, here's the basic problems. Here's the basic solutions. Let's get at it, Louisiana. All we can hope for is this independent Hunter Lundy, and it's just a long shot, can pull a Buddy Roemer. Roemer was down by like 20 points a month out. So maybe Hunter Lundy can, he's 19 points back of Jeff Landry. 14% don't know. Sean Wilson can't win. Sean Wilson can't win. It's hard enough for a Democrat to win. A black Democrat, it's not hyper left like Sean Wilson. One that would be more moderate or like an independent. I mean, I guess independent's not going to work, but a more moderate black Democrat, you might have a shot. Sean Wilson is very liberal. Hunter Lundy's an independent. Jeff Landry isn't conservative or Republican. He's wacky right wing. He's extreme. Wagaspack, Schroeder, Hewitt, all Republicans. Just they're, 3, 4, 5%. Hunter Lundy might be the only chance. It's really pathetic. It really is. Sometimes, I mean, not to be harsh, it sucks living in New Orleans and Louisiana sometimes. I'm still here, you know. Hey, Corey, you don't like it? Leave. No, you leave. But my God, LaToya Cantrell, mayor, city of New Orleans, Jeff Landry, most likely governor. What is there to be excited about, especially for someone like me? Now, I'm a registered independent since I'm 18 years old. Just never thought the Democrat or Republican Party, you know, fit what I thought I was about. Now, there's what I think I am, there's what you think I am, and there's what I am. But my goodness, the extreme, hyper-woke New Orleans political scene. I mean, is there a Republican or conservative anywhere? And then the wacky right, evangelical, statewide political scene in Louisiana. It's just hard. And there's a reason New Orleans loses to Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, Nashville, Austin. And there's a reason Louisiana loses to Kentucky and Tennessee and, of course, Georgia, Florida, Texas. There's a reason, because of this extreme political crap we embrace. It's hard to get the hardcore left in Orleans Parish off that thinking, and it's hard to get the hardcore right off that thinking statewide. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Louisiana and New Orleans we equally suck. We equally don't compete. Louisiana versus other states, New Orleans versus other cities. Just sad. No, it sucks. It's hard living down here. The ignorance, the belligerent attitude, folks that embrace this loser mentality, these loser politicians, it's nauseating. It really is. It's easy to lose. It's hard to win. Being a winner's hard. Losing is easy. Doing nothing is easy. Going out there and risking, that's hard. Throwing in the towel and just shutting it down, that's easy. Screw you, you suck, that's easy. Thank you, please, that's a little harder. No, people like taking the easy route out in New Orleans and Louisiana. I don't know if it's in the water, whatever. Broken people that accept second rate. Like LaToya Cantrell or Jeff Landry. How anyone can embrace those folks, hook your wagon to them, and boy, I think that they're going to be difference makers. They're going to help the city. They're going to help the state. I don't know. You're delusional. Or just a sellout or kind of just second rate or a loser. I don't know what it is. But it is hard to live in New Orleans and Louisiana when those are the people that are supposed to be leading us, and you know they can't lead. They have no leadership skills. No, it's hard. Hey, best quality, best price. You want to talk about real leaders? Rouse's Market. Best selection. Tastes like home because it's South Louisiana, New Orleans grocery. They're over 60 Rouses. They've been doing it for over 60 years. They know what we want and like. Locally owned and operated. And I love the Rouse's labeled items. The Rouse's brands. High quality at about half the price. And Rouse's doesn't have a factory where they're making olive oil or cheese or ketchup or whatever the Rouse's branded labeled items might be. They're getting it from the folks that make the best. And they're getting those folks, cutting out the middleman and putting a Rouse's label on it. I told you I got some extra virgin olive oil with the Rouse's label. I had some Cola Vita, poured them both out on a plate. Exact same thickness, exact same flow when they, flowing across the plate. Exact same color, exact same taste. I'm guessing they're like 3 different extra virgin olive oil Rouse's labeled items. I'm guessing one of those 3 is like Cola Vita in Italy makes it for Rouse's. That's my guess. Anyway, Rouse's, I like the Rouse's labeled items. Check them out. High quality at like half the price. And I'm not someone that's going to sell out and buy something that's lesser quality for less the price. If I want the high quality item, I'm going to pay for the high quality item. If I can get it for half price and it's the high quality item, no brainer. Rouse's Market and their private label. Love it. The NOPD job, it's supposed to be down to 4, but it's really down to 3. Excuse me. It was supposed to be down to 3, but it was really down to 4. If you remember, the mayor asked the Albuquerque policeman, David Franklin, to step back into the race. Frederick Andrus considered the top candidate points-wise. He is out, taking the Cibolo Police Department chief job. City of Cibolo. Check that one out for us, Jason. Cibolo, Texas. C-I-B-O-L-O. C-I-B-O-L-O. Cibolo, Texas. That's got to be like that other town where he didn't get the job. 65,000 people live in Cibolo. 32,000. Cheese and Pete's. It's unbelievable. The pay can't be anywhere near the pay in New Orleans. This Andrus guy is the number one point getter by the company hired. This is not a good situation. And the fix is probably already in. Michelle Woodfork's probably going to be the chief. But officially, unofficially, however you want to look at it, former Oakland Chief Ann Kirkpatrick and Albuquerque policeman David Franklin, along with Woodfork, are supposedly the trio now. The number one point getter by the group, the guy who murdered someone, I shouldn't say murdered, killed someone in a bar fight. Got in a bar fight, then pulled out his gun and shot the person in self-defense. Didn't get a job in Texas that had 65,000 people. Took a job in Cibolo that has 32,000 people. What is he getting paid? Like $90,000? The New Orleans gig's like $290,000. It just doesn't add up. None of this adds up. Michelle Woodfork's going to be the chief. And I'm a little weary of that personally, and I'll tell you why. Because Michelle Woodfork, when she got the interim gig, I called her on her cell, text her on her cell to come on the show. She said, give me a little time and I'll come on. Then she said, check with my people. It's got to go through the city. So this guy, Reese Harper, with the city. Hey, Reese, I email him for 7 months and just get strung along by Reese Harper over and over and over again. Instead of working with me and doing as promised, as the police chief promised, and Reese Harper, and letting Michelle Woodfork come on this program, they both have blown me off for 7 months. And too many emails and texting the chief. I texted the chief about a week ago. Hey, Chief, been trying to get you on for 7 months. Reese Harper just keeps blowing me off. If you don't want to come on, just tell me. What do you want me to do? And then I get Reese Harper sending me an email. You're supposed to go through me. Well, what are you going to do? Nothing. No Woodfork on the show. I just worried about me? Seriously. I remember the old Saints. They'd have like their Saints luncheon. I remember them like dogging Buddy D. I'm like, I was on a competing station, so I was competing against Buddy D. So I didn't like that the Saints are bringing up my competition at the time, but also I thought outside of that, I'm like, how can the Saints be worried about a guy doing talk radio in New Orleans? Concerned about that, this huge entity. And this is, 25 years ago. The police chief and the mayor don't want to come on my show because they're worried about legitimate questions I might ask. But they go down the dial on this softball joke of a station because of the illegitimate questions they're going to ask, the softball questions. That just shows a lack of integrity, a lack of honor. That just shows a lack of character. Michelle Woodfork, you got to admit, I'm not wrong on that. It shows a lack of character for you to say via text 7 months ago, you're going to come on my show, then keep pushing it back, send me to this Reese Harper guy who blows me off for 6-7 months via email. No, that's low character. An honorable person would either come on the show or say, Corey, I don't really want to come on your show. Don't like your style. I don't trust you. Something. I don't know what. So no, that makes me a little wary. Plus, it's the mayor's pick. That makes me a little wary. I'm not concerned about first female chief. When the right person's chosen, you notice if they're black or white or male or female or gay or straight, no one cares. It's just the right person. So first female chief, first openly gay chief, that's lagniappe and gravy. That doesn't make me want to black, female, gay. None of that makes me want you as chief. Doesn't make me against you either. And if all things are equal, I'll go with maybe the local. Maybe I'll go not with the local. If all things are equal, I'll go with the female maybe. I'll go with the minority. Someone who's black or Latino or Asian or gay. If all things are equal. Corey Johnson with you on a wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Leidenheimer Baking Company has been around for over 125 years. It's kind of amazing. Since 1896, that's when Leidenheimer Baking Company started baking Leidenheimer French bread. 1896. And they're still baking that same time-honored French bread in the city of New Orleans. You got to like that. Served in the city's finest restaurants. The best po' boys are on Leidenheimer French bread. It truly is good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread. Leidenheimer Baking Company. Part of the fabric of New Orleans. Channel 4 TV open primary poll. Who would you most likely vote for today for governor? Jeff Landry, 36%. Sean Wilson, 20%. Hunter Lundy, 7%. Stephen Wagaspack, 6%. John Schroeder, 4%. Sharon Hewitt, 3%. What's your boy Nelson's first name? Is it Maynard? I forget. Nelson got 2%. Don't know, 14%. Jeff Landry, the clear favorite to be governor of Louisiana. Just sad. I don't know what is appealing to you about Jeff Landry, even if you're a conservative or a Republican. You're basically voting for an Edwin Edwards type. A Trump pal, ally, lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, arrested, released in Georgia. Election interference case. Trump supposedly turning himself in tomorrow in Georgia. We'll see. Speaking of tomorrow, that veto override vote. We had Freddie King on the program earlier, 4 o'clock hour, still says he does not know how he's going to vote, which is mind-boggling to me. He should already know. Says he's going to talk with his advisors tonight. Hopefully they advise him to do the right thing. But a lot of people think Freddie King is in LaToya Cantrell's pocket. She would have never called the veto vote without knowing she had Eugene Green, Oliver Thomas, and Freddie King. A 4-3 vote tomorrow doesn't override the veto. 4.6 is needed. That means round up. That means 5 of 7 councilmen are needed. That means Freddie King needs to do the right thing tomorrow and vote to put that Pontalba apartment back into commerce, essentially ousting the mayor. And that's what it's all about. The mayor taking advantage of the situation and the city council doing the right thing. Doing the right thing, representing the people. Freddie King, do the right thing. Vote with J.P. Morrell, Helena Moreno, Leslie Harris, Joe Giarrusso. I mean, that's a white guy, a black woman, a Latino woman. You got hodgepodge, no agendas, no angles. Vote with those folks that are making the right choice. Don't get caught up, Freddie, in this ugly New Orleans political crap. You're allowing yourself to get caught up in this ugly New Orleans political crap. Clear it. It's not foggy. It's not a gray area. It's clear as can be. It's a clear glass of water that you've poured ink and dirt and rocks in. Who wants to drink that? Choose the clear glass of water. You know what is the right thing to do. You know what the right choice is. Show honor and integrity and pride and ethics and morals and vote the right way, Freddie King, tomorrow. And have the mayor do the right thing and go move back in her house on Louisiana Place, go rent an apartment like everybody else. But this entitlement mentality, the junkets are bad enough. You didn't stop that, City Council. Stop the abuse with the Pontalba. Send a message. Do the right thing. Simple as that. Corey Johnson with you on a Wednesday. Record temperatures, 100, 101 in New Orleans right now. Insane. Feels like almost 120. Dangerous. If your air conditioning is not working right, River City's total maintenance is there. Honest air conditioning experts that come right now because they know your AC is not working right. Or worse, not working at all. No AC. They'll get it working this afternoon, tonight. River City's total maintenance. Honest air conditioning experts that come immediately. Easy to find them. NOLAAC.com. That's all you need to know. You need air conditioning help? NOLAAC.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
You're listening to The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
Cotton Bowl winning coach Willie Fritz joining us on the program. Have you ever been part of a game that great?
A lot of things happen in the game. You just don't know the script. You got to adapt and improvise. You just got to keep playing hard the whole time, and our guys did an excellent job of that.
How big is yesterday for the overall future of the program?
You got to have the guys who really have a burning desire to get quality education and also be a great football player. You got to have both.
You've always have embraced New Orleans. You've been a great ambassador for the city, for Tulane University.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. My wife and I just love it here in New Orleans. And just everybody, the city's just sensational. We just a guy for a person who came up to me after the game. I had tickets in Tulane Stadium. And, I've heard that a ton of times. And then, that's good that we're able to make some people happy.
That's Willie Fritz joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Roll wave.
The spirit of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Fausto's Italian Bistro on Veterans Boulevard, where the brothers Fausto and Roland are serving some of the city's finest Sicilian and Italian cuisine. From New Orleans' first family of Sicilian and Italian cooking, Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Come on down to New Orleans' own Bourbon Street, the toilet of the Crescent City. Literally. Need to urinate? Pee right on one of the historic buildings. Need to vomit? It's okay. Throw up right in the street. Bourbon Street. Prostitution, drugs, strip joints, daiquiri shops, and trinket stores. The toilet of the Crescent City. Come on down. It's Bourbon Street.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Body language tells you a lot about what a person's thinking. For instance, that means she has an interest in the finer things in life.
The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson.
That means she also wants a little fun in her life, but only with the right man.
Corey Johnson.
Now she's pouring a Colt 45, and we all know what that means.
Yeah, you right.
Mind if I join you?
You must have read my mind.
Something like that.
The power of Colt 45. It works every time.
It does. Colt 45 is very powerful. You just go to the store. Don't even buy one. Open up the little, glass door and grab a Colt 45 and hold it in your hands. It's powerful stuff. Colt 45 brand malt liquor. Most definitely not a sponsor of this program. Boy, old Lando Calrissian, huh? Billy D. Williams. I bet in the 70s he hooked up with 2 or 3 women, I bet. 2 or 3 thousand. Jeez and Pete's. In the 70s, Billy D. Williams? Wow. I think he'd be giving old Wilt Chamberlain a run for his money. It is a wide open Wednesday. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480, 766-9480. 100 degrees in New Orleans right now. We hit it. Another record temperature day. Feels like almost 120. Just oppressive. Tomorrow, the high's 100. Friday, the high's 100. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the high's 101. What the hell? Excessive heat warning today till 9 p.m. in the city. Crazy. We had Freddie King New Orleans City Councilman, District C, on the program in the 4 o'clock hour. He's still undecided on how he's going to vote tomorrow, which is mind-blowing to me. How he can be undecided, A, and B, how you're not going to vote the right way. And that's to put the Pontalba back into, commerce, collect rent, lease it out, and oust the mayor from the apartment. Because that's the whole story. The mayor is abusing the privilege. Let's end this crap. It's up to Freddie King. What will he do? He talked about both sides of the argument and the other side of the argument. Like, what are the other sides? And he just said, personal attack. The council may be personally attacking the mayor. That was all he could come up with. This is cut and dried. Freddie King, it's up to you to do the right thing. That's all people are asking. They're not asking you like some tough decision like steak or lobster. Do I go to the beach or the mountains? Do I send my kid to this school or that school? What vehicle am I buying? Where am I buying a house? This is real easy. This is an ethical, moral question that has an easy answer. There's no gray area. There's not another side. Let's look at both sides of the argument. It's like, hey, I got a gun and I just felt like shooting people because I was mad, randomly shooting people. There's no other side of the argument. It's just wrong. And I'm not trying to compare murder to the mayor taking the apartment, but the right and wrong of it is as clear. There's no way to justify or to allow the mayor to stay in that apartment. And that's what this is about. And Freddie King needs to do the right thing tomorrow and vote with the other 4 council members. So there'll be 5 votes to override the veto. That's all Freddie King needs to do, is follow his conscience, do what he knows is the right thing, and vote that way. That's all Freddie King needs to do. There's no gray area. There's not another side to the argument. It's cut and dried. It's black and white. There is no gray area. It was dishonorable for the mayor to think she could move in there. No other mayors have done it. She claims it as her apartment. She moved in full time. We all know this. It's not there once a month, every few months. No one would care. Moved in full time. Neighbors that live there complained, called Fox 8. The OIG got involved. Recommended the mayor get out. Recommended the council rent it out. Said it's against the law, breaking the Louisiana Constitution. The mayor doesn't care. The council, including Freddie King, pass an ordinance where the mayor can't stay there. She snakes around that. They have to come up with another ordinance. Freddie King missed that vote because of a coronavirus positive test. He'll vote tomorrow. If he does the right thing, like his first vote, he'll vote to override the veto. But some folks think Freddie King's already in the mayor's pocket and he's going to vote with Oliver Thomas and Eugene Green. I think that would be a mistake. I think Eugene Green and Oliver Thomas, whenever they run for future office, this specific vote will be brought up because it's about politicians giving politicians something free that they're not entitled to. And that will be brought up. Freddie King, do the right thing. What you know is right. What you know in your conscience is right. When you go to bed tonight and it's you and your maker, think about what is the right thing to do tomorrow. Don't get caught up in this cloudy, crappy, political New Orleans situation. Don't allow yourself to do it. Hey, why aren't you at Katie's right now? The perfect wind down spot. After work, you head to Katie's. There are some characters that sit at the bar every afternoon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, rolling into Katie's, same crew. It's their neighborhood bar. Some of them live in the neighborhood. Some of them don't even live in Orleans Parish, and they claim Katie's as their neighborhood place because it is. the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant. Yeah, restaurant, lunch, dinner, Monday through Saturday, brunch on Sunday, as New Orleans as it gets, Katie's in Mid-City.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
As New Orleans as the mighty Mississippi, Corey Johnson.
The old miss, the old man.
On 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
Deep River, my home is over Jordan.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
Since 1896, a true taste of New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Hey, if you missed the 4 o'clock hour, you missed Freddie King. You can check that out on YouTube, Anchor, iTunes, Spotify. Freddie King says he's still undecided on tomorrow's vote. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what he said. He said he's going to talk to advisors, people tonight, and make a decision. I don't see how that's possible. Freddie King, do the right thing. Vote to override the veto. Ordinances in the future, you can change them to bring the apartment back for official use or whatever. Nothing's permanent. But if you don't override the veto, the mayor's staying at that Pontalba apartment would be permanent. She's already been there about 2 years, about 60,000 plus in rent, just taking this free perk against the Louisiana Constitution, literally breaking the law. Do the right thing, Freddie King. She's probably going to get indicted for this. Do the right thing, Freddie King, in the vote tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow at 4. We'll know the vote. What's that, Blue Boy? Even you, a dog, knows it was dishonorable for the mayor to move in there in the first place. You're right, Blue Boy. You're right on the money. Hey, thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. See you tomorrow, Thursday edition of the program, straight up 4 o'clock, mañana.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.